Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, everybody. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Good afternoon, everybody. We got a hot topic, man. Y'all make dua for me during this video because this is a hot topic. This is a hard one. This is a tough one to tackle. Don't nobody really want to have this conversation. First and foremost, hit that like button, hit the share. Let's get these real conversations flowing. I take pride in touching on situations, things that need to be talked about. Everybody know we need to pray, we need to fast during Ramadan. You got to be nice to your brothers. You must say salam alaikum every time you see them. We know that. We need to get down to the nitty gritty. We need to get down to the nitty gritty and discuss the things that need to be discussed. We need to discuss. We need to talk about the problems that exist. Everybody know, the obvious. I mean, this is obvious as well, but so to hit that like button, let me know. Support, especially support Black Muslim media. Everybody speaks for us. This is an attempt to speak for ourselves. Bi'ithnillahi ta'ala. So first and foremost, I want to jump out here. We're going to jump straight into it, man. We're going to jump straight into it because it ain't really it really ain't no easy way to go about this discussion. Assalamu alaikum, Ustaz Jomo. I would love to have your participation. You're an OG, man. You've been around for a while, so you've seen these things develop like how they have. Alhamdulillah. But first and foremost, let me declare this: I'm a Sunni Muslim. I'm a Maliki Ash'ari. So it's I take pride in that. So it's not possible for me to be racist. Let's just throw that out there. Alhamdulillah, I represent my community and where I come from. Alhamdulillah. Issue at hand. First, also, we know about the ayah. Allah Ta'ala created us into nations and tribes so that we can lita'arafu, so that we can know each other, and that knowing each other is to ultimately get sharing the benefit from each other. And that's where we have an issue is lita'arafu. So we know this is clear. A lot of us on social media, we don't know each other, so it's easy for us to to make preconceived notions about each other, and we don't know each other. So we clear. We know that there's no racism in Islam. We know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said he created us into nations and tribes so that we can know each other. We know this. So we're going to dig into that ayah. First and foremost, what we need to understand is that Allah Azza wa Jalla, the Rasul, Allah Azza wa Jalla sent the Rasul, alayhi salatu wassalam, with the Hidayah, correct? One of the most inspiring things to me when I was non-Muslim and I was becoming Muslim, I was reading, I was studying, was that the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam went to his family, his immediate family first, and then we all know the famous hadith when Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, a noble prophet, when he went into the town and he asked the folks, say, hey, what if I told y'all there was an army on the other side of this mountain hill? They said, yeah, we'll trust, we believe you. And then he gave them the hidayah. He gave, I don't remember the exact wording of that hadith. I'm sure there's some wobblers out there that's gonna critique that. He doesn't even know hadith. So somebody put the hadith or whatever, but y'all know it is. Y'all scholars, y'all know what it is. So Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam went to his folks and he warned, he said, no, that there's a great warning that's coming, that he is the messenger of Allah, and that there's a great warning that is coming. There's a lot of hikmah in this hadith. There's a lot of hikmah in all of the hadith in Islam and all of the ayats of the Quran, and they can all be looked at in many, 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 many different ways, different viewpoints. The viewpoint I want to focus on in regards to that narration is the fact that the Rasul alayhi salam, it was made wajib on the Rasul, it was made farz on the Rasul alayhi salam to go to his people. This is what Nabi alayhi salam did. First he went to his family, and then he went to his people. Alhamdulillah. So disclaimer for Muslims, and I want to be frank, I want to be honest. We won't be. This is no disrespect to anybody. For Muslims, I'm black. I'm African American. I have to go to my people. That is a sunnah. That is a sunnah, and it's a farz sunnah. That's something that we must do. So anytime. It seems like anytime black people say black people, or we want to stand up for ourselves as black people, because nobody else will stand up for us, nobody else will even stand with us, Muslim brothers and sisters included. Next thing you know, here come the non-African American Muslims saying you racist and that there's no racism in Islam. Nobody said anything about race. Did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not tell us to enjoin what is good, forbid what is bad? Ain't that what the ayat says? Didn't Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say that the Muslims were the best people out of all peoples that were created? And that we must enjoin what is good and forbid what is wrong? Isn't that the ayah? Which is farz, right? Alhamdulillah. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. So let's know that first. Rasulullah sallallahu to his family, which is what we are supposed to do as Muslims. No matter if you Pakistani, Arab, African American, whatever it is, you're supposed to go bring the hidayah to your family. And after that, you have to bring the hidayah to your community. Alhamdulillah. We got some nasiha. We got some understanding now. We have some fahm. We got some straightening on that. So no, first and foremost, disclaimer. It is sunnah, it is farz. We have to do it. Next. The Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam advised us. He knew that we were going all the different peoples in the whole entire world, all the different Muslim peoples in the whole entire world. He knew that we were going to face many, many, many different challenges. So he prepared us for it. We just have to study, and we have to study with a sincere heart. Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, via Allah azza wa jalla, he prepared us for all of the fitan that was to come. Racism, systemic racism included. What can we say about that? Our noble Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, he advised us. Say, hey, if you see something wrong, change it with your hand. If you can't change it with your hand, change it with your tongue. Excuse me, tongue. And if you can't change it with your tongue, then disagree with it in your heart. We all know this. This is simple stuff. We all know this, right? This is simple ABC 1, 2, 3. This is 40 hadith. We know this. So in our communities, wherever you see something that is wrong, You got to go through that checklist, that check system. You got to go. You get whenever you see something wrong, you got to do one of those three things. And I don't think there's anything left of your iman if you don't do one of those three things. So I just happen to live. I just happen to be born poor. I just happen to be born in straitened circumstances. I just happen to be born in systemic up under the systemically. I don't think that's a word. A systematic, oppressive, racist, oppressive regime. I just happen to be born up under that. This was the decision of Allah. So I'm saying with that situation, a systematic, racist, oppressive government, with that situation, I see a whole lot of wrong. I see a whole lot of wrong. And I gotta do a whole lot of things, change a whole lot of things with my hands. 90% of it we can't change with our hands. So what we have to do, we have to speak out against it. That's what this is. Speaking out against it. And speaking out against it, you can put disagreeing with it in your heart. You can put that with speaking out against it. That's what we're doing right now. That's what me and mines are doing. Please excuse me, brothers who are not African American, Muslim brothers and sisters who are not African American. Please excuse me for being infatuated with that particular aspect of the Sunnah. I am so sorry to stand up for myself. I apologize. But my Lord and my Nabi asked me to do this. So I apologize that it offends your political connections. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I apologize that you were friends with me. You friends with Abdul Kabir. You like Abdul Kabir. But your organization don't want the smear of blackness on their image. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I got to do what my Rabb and my Nabi asked me to do. I can't do what you and your organizations asking me to do. I can't do that. Part of the reason why I don't belong to one. And why I'm building my own. Alhamdulillah. So that's the next thing. Another hadith that we all know. This is simple stuff. This is ABC 1, 2, 3. This is 40 hadith in the masjid. This ain't take a course and memorize it and learn it and all of this stuff. Salaam alaikum, Amir Khalil. Salaam alaikum. Got the OG on this mug. Malika, salaam alaikum. Got the OG out here, man. Yeah, so we all know these hadith. Did or did not Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam give us the general command that the greatest, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, and I'm paraphrasing, jihad is to speak the truth to an oppressor? Did we just forget about? See, these are not your country club khutbahs. These are not your non-profit organization talks. Go to the country club khutbahs and get all that. You got to pray 5 times a day. You got to fast during Ramadan. And you got to say salam alaikum and be nice to your brother and sister. Go do that. Attend those lectures. After you're done with that, come on down here with the good brother. Come on down here with big bro. And we're gonna talk about some things. Haram alayna if I ignore my reality. And part of my outrage is because a lot of us ignore the reality. That's a big part of my outrage. Again, I must apologize to my political connects. I'm sorry. I apologize. I ain't never been one to be, constrained by something or somebody. I'll pop anybody. So I'm sorry again. But Nabi alayhi salatu said the greatest jihad, this arguably can be said that it's the greatest jihad that we would speak the truth to the oppressor. I'm sorry, but the United States government has oppressed me. I'm not complaining, I'm petitioning. I'm standing up. This is not complaining. I make my du'at to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all the time about the oppression. And y'all should be afraid. The ones who oppose African Americans standing up for themselves, y'all should be afraid of the du'at of the oppressed. When you see us posting our black stuff, you better mind your business. Like the old heads used to tell me, if it don't fly, let it fly. You better mind your business because we're oppressed. And our du'at are dangerous. There's another hadith for you. All this is in lieu of, now, so we got that part out the way. We have the Islamic part out of the way. We have the Sunni part of it out of the way, because whenever I get on my black stuff, it's presumed that I'm not Sunni. Big Maliki, big Ash'ari. So fall back. Please, respectfully. What do young folks say? Take several seats. Please take several seats. So whenever I'm talking about my blackness, it's presumed that I belong to one of these deviant Nation of Islam type sects. No, this is the Sunnah, this big boy Sunnah, and we already covered that aspect of it. Gave you the ayats of Quran. Allah Ta'ala said, "I created you with nation. We created you as nations and tribes, so that you can lita'arafu. You can get to know each other. Why I need to know you? Why I need to know y'all? Because we benefit off of knowing each other. Hey, Imam Khalil, I got a brother that's coming home from the feds. They releasing him in Philly. He took Shahada with me. He just now coming home. I need y'all to get the brother together. Lita'arafu. We benefiting. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. So we got that out the way. We're clear on that. Then I gave you some hadiths, several hadiths. Nabi alayhi salatu salam, this is the deep sunnah. Nabi alayhi salatu salam went to his family, and then he went to his community. His people. Nabi alayhi salatu salam ain't travel outside of Arab. He went to his folks. He created some strong mu'minun and mu'minat. And they moved everything. They moved the entire world because the power was concentrated. This is how we got to look at this stuff. When you're dealing with, when you're in the people business, because I'm in the people business. A lot of people who have something to say about this kind of stuff, y'all not in the people business. Y'all just see a Facebook post, like a few of my brothers and my sisters, may Allah forgive both of us, all of us, seen the Facebook post and decided to, say something. None of them are black, African American, none of them. So you don't feel my pain. Just like I said, be careful because I'm oppressed. My dua is dangerous. So a lot of y'all not even in the people business. Even if you teach, that don't mean that you're in the people business. We've been having teachers over teachers after teacher after teacher, hafiz after hufad after hufad after hufad, faqih after faqih, or alim after alim after alim, program after program after program, non-profit, and situation's getting worse. My situation's getting worse. Assalamu alaikum, Imam Muhammad. My situation's getting worse. It ain't getting better. It's getting worse. So, why am I saying all of this? Had a couple conversations with my Muslim brothers and sisters, my Sunni fellow brothers and sisters. I ain't definitely not gonna expose them. They're my friends. They are my friends. But one thing that our non-African American Muslim brothers and sisters, I'm talking about Africans, I'm talking about Hispanics, I'm talking about Indians, Pakistanis, Arabs, Serbians, Ukrainians, Russians, all of them. If you're not African American, you do not feel this pain. Y'all have different pain. And may Allah, and for the record, this stuff is ABC 123. For the record, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on the Ukrainian people. That's ABC 123. We already know that we want peace throughout the whole entire world. And we know it ain't gonna happen, but we want peace throughout the whole entire world. But I personally have been outraged because of the atrocities that this government has carried out against my people. I'm allowed to have a tribe. Prophet ﷺ had a tribe. He had a lineage. Y'all get all bent out of shape when I say black. That's black talk. That don't got nothing to do with y'all. Don't try to understand that. When I say black, I say black because we don't have a tribe. We don't know where we came from. We don't have our lineage anymore. Y'all have y'all lineage. Y'all have y'all lineage and y'all have y'all land. We don't have either. We're blank. We're invisible. We don't have a land. We don't have a language, nor do we have a lineage. Those three things. And it has been taken from us. It's not because we lazy. It's not because we don't work hard, because we don't study hard, or none of that. Y'all know, the whole entire world knows what happened in history. Y'all know what slavery did to us and what slavery is doing to us. Y'all know it. I'm sickened at the fact that I see fellow African Americans. We have plenty to do in our own house. Yes, make dua for the Ukrainian people. That is an atrocity. Missiles being dropped and hitting on innocent people. Welcome to my world. They've been dropping missiles on us for 500 years. And nobody's coming to our rescue. Our African brothers, Muslim brothers and sisters, they're not coming to our rescue. The Serbians, the Russians, the Ukrainians, the Uyghurs, the Afghanis, the Pakistanis, none of them. They're not coming to our rescue, which is an abandoned sunnah. We done got a little big country club with that. Please excuse me for offending my political connects, but if you are my friend, then you respect my viewpoint and my opinion. I'm forced to respect yours. So you must, if you're my friend and you respect me, then you will respect my opinion. And this is my observation for the entirety of my life. And on top of all of this, we have the elite in our Muslim community, the elite. Everybody jumping on the wave of Save Ukraine or whatever the hashtag, whatever it is today, right now. I repeat, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on the Russians and the Ukrainians. Because that's our sunnah. Y'all scholars. You know the oppressed and the oppressor. Y'all scholars, y'all know that. So may Allah ta'ala have mercy. And I can't even say, honestly, personally, I can't even say if Russia is an oppressor or not. They don't want they ops on their border. America doesn't have any ops on their border. So it's hypocrisy for us to look at it and think that it's unfair. I'm not talking about the innocent people, because as far as I've looked into it, the Russians have attacked the military standpoints. Everybody's got their panties in a bunch because Ukraine is an American ally. Speaking of, all of the elites, not all of them, excuse me, a lot of our influential elites, we share their videos. They get millions of views. They get our money. They get all of our support. African Americans, we don't get their support. We get a bone thrown to us here and there. They might mention in one khutbah, now, hey, Musa was black. We, inside of one talk that's buried inside of millions of talks that they've given. But we have our elite and some some aggrandized organizations, Muslim organizations, siding with this oppressive government. Ukraine is an ally of America, but America is not an ally of African American people, nor are they allies of Muslims. How on earth could these Muslim political elites side with people who don't side with us? Na'udhu billahi min dhalik. This is not our sunnah. Working with them, yes, to straighten them. But siding with them, no. No. On top of that, our historical oppressor, because the U.S., the systemic racism in America is a machine. It doesn't. So when we had Trump in, all of the Arabs and the Pakistanis and everybody was like, "Oh, brother, this is racism." Every time I talk to a Muslim, they want to talk to me about racism and then mention Trump behind it. Black news disclaimer: Black people did the best up under Trump. We made the most money up under Trump, and the other one that y'all hate, Bush. We did the best up under those two presidents. Am I advocating for them? No. But every time I see one of my beloved Arab or Pakistani brothers, they want to talk about racism all of a sudden because they have Trump. Because Trump was on the top. This government doesn't have. They don't have a spiritual parameter that they're operating off of for us to agree with and support. This oppressive system, this system that has historically oppressed my people, me and my people. They send annually about $700 million to the Ukrainians. They don't send my people nothing. And my people, where I come from, my tribe, whether they be Muslim or not, get nothing. We get more oppression. We get wealth gaps. We get wage discrimination. We get housing discrimination. We get credit discrimination. We get business loan discrimination. We have banking discrimination. We have police killings out the wazoo. They bring drugs in our communities and make money for wars and for other oppressive agendas. Why in the hell would I support them? The regime that's in place right now invented the crime bill, the 94 crime bill that my generation was victim of. They fabricated crime numbers to bring funding to the police because the police needed it, just so that they could round up another generation of Black boys and girls and further dilapidate my tribe. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm an angry Black man. Yes, I am. Yes, I am an angry Black man. Absolutely, positively. What is my point in saying all of this? There seems to be this mantra out there, brother, there's no racism in Islam. When we speak about the issues that are in our community, when Black people step up and do for ourselves, Black brothers become students of knowledge like myself. We become imams like a lot of our imams, and we dare speak on the social illnesses and injustices that have been orchestrated against us. We dare speak about it. Here comes some of our brothers and sisters and say, brother, there's no racism in Islam. This is asabiya. Na'udhu billah min dhalik. What we supposed to not Well, I'm supposed to just sit here and not and not and not. I mean, the Quran tells me different. My favorite ayah. Tu'minu billahi wa rasulihi wa tujahiduna fi sabilillah. My favorite ayah. That speaks to my soul. Believe in Allah and His Messenger and strive and struggle for His sake. This is striving and struggling for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah ta'ala chose to guide me, inshallah. Now I have gone to my family. Now, like the sunnah of our Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, I must go to my community. And I'm sorry, but I don't work for you, so I'm going to say black all the time. I'm going to talk about the black and white wealth gap. I'm going to talk about the 5 black young men that are in prison to every 1 white young man. And there are 200 plus white people in this country, and there are barely 40 million black people in this country. How in the world is our incarceration rate higher than theirs? The amount of black people that are locked up in this country are more than some of the black towns, the black population in towns. Nearly 80% of our women, nearly 80% of our women are single with children. And those children they have grown up. I'm old enough to remember 10 years ago when the kids that's out here shooting up the entire neighborhood with all of these military style guns. When they were young, now they're old. And because we did not tu'minu billahi wa rasulihi wa tujahiduna fi sabilillah, now we got grandmothers sitting in their living room and high-powered rifle bullets flying through their windows, killing the grandbaby that they're watching and killing them while they sitting there watching TV. This is my reality. This is my community. This is my tribe. I don't have a choice. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put me in my socioeconomic position, excuse me. Allah ta'ala chose to put me there. I have to make the best of it. I don't live in Beverly Hills. I don't live in Farmington Hills. I don't live in Westchester. I don't live where all of the affluent live at. Well, I do now. But I'm not from that. That's not where I'm from. That's not who I am. I must represent my people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose me. I was a heinous criminal before. I'm worse now. One cop in the joint told me I'm worse now as a Muslim. The guy that y'all know that do these little religious videos. I'm worse now and more dangerous now than I was when I was a heinous criminal. I sold drugs. I was a gangbanger, and I did some other things that I'm allegedly. Allegedly. That's my reality. Islam must suit my reality. I don't have the issues what they were doing like in some parts of the world, like in Africa and stuff. They were like doing, they were like cutting the women's genitals and stuff. We don't do that over here. We don't do that. That's not a problem for me. So I can't advocate. Yeah, it's wrong. I don't think there's some hadith about it or whatever, but fortunate or whatever the situation may be. Okay, yeah, we can speak on it, whatever. But I can't represent that. The issues that are going on in Somalia, I can't represent that. I'm not Somalian. The issues that are going on in Afghanistan, I can't represent that. I'm not Afghani. I support them. I support them, but I can't lead them. The issues that are going on in Syria, I support them and I love them and I'm with them. I'm sided with them. In Philistine, I'm with them. But I cannot lead them. I can assist their leadership. I'm an ally. I can assist their leadership. Lita'arafu. And we want the same respect. We need the same. No. I demand the same respect. You can't lead me. Wallahi ta'ala, my sheikh, Hafiz Ayub, he was Hafiz of Islam. The first time we brought to him an issue, we needed fatwa. We like, yo, my baby mama tripping, man. She just took me downtown. He's like, what? You go downtown? What's wrong with going downtown? I was like, no, she took me downtown, down into them people. He's like, what people? What is he saying? What is he saying? What people? The brother said, man, child support. Is child support? What is child support? He didn't even know what child support is. He could not even. This man knows. I've only known him to be wrong one time, and it was something trivial that he was wrong about. And I spent over 10 years with this man. World-renowned sheikh. He used to teach at Medina to Munawwara. He was only wrong one time. It was about praying with the hands to the side. And I don't know if he was corrected about that before he passed. Rahimahumullah. That was the only thing that I ever heard him say wrong. He said stuff that I couldn't clarify if it was right or wrong. And I found out 10 years later in my studies, like, man, Sheikh told me that. He did not know. He even made some calls. I believe one of the calls that was made was to one of his shuyukh, Taqi Uthmani, Hafidhahumullah. Hafidhullah, excuse me. We never got an answer. He couldn't represent me in that. And this same man, the one who was responsible for being my ally, looked me right here. Wallahi ta'ala, he looked me right here and told me it's not me that will save your people. I look funny and I talk funny. This is what Sheikh al-Islam said. He says, you who would lead your people. I was like, Sheikh, I don't know nothing. He said, so study. This is what my beloved Sheikh told me. He's seen the qualities of leadership. Alhamdulillah. He's seen it. And he tweaked it and fine-tuned it. Alhamdulillah. So I can't represent another tribe. We have to look at it like how in the time of the Sunnah, the Aus and the Khazraj, even though they were, adversaries, you couldn't get an Ausi to represent the Khazraj problems and the vice versa. You couldn't do that. It wouldn't happen. And Rasulullah SAW would not have tried to make that happen. So stepping in front of our cause and telling us what we should and shouldn't be saying or doing, nah. If it don't apply, good brother, good sister, let it fly. Be my ally. Do your part in Islam, which is to lita'arafu, which brings me to my last point. Our Muslim brothers and sisters have failed us. There was some hollow logic that was told to me. I was like, I didn't say nothing. It was like, oh, brother, your post and there's no racism in Islam. I was like, I didn't say nothing bad about no Muslims. Like, yeah. But inside of Ukraine, there are Muslims there. Well, inside of America and the African American communities, there are Muslims there. I ain't never seen no support from the Ukrainian Muslims, which mean that doesn't mean that I don't support them. I do. Us being the most oppressed people on the whole entire planet, I don't want anybody to feel this. I'm against it all the way around the border, especially at the hands of the individuals that are doing it, at the regime that is doing it. But when people tell us, there are Muslims there are Muslims here in the African American communities that are suffering. And there are so many non-African American brothers and sisters, shuyukh, ulama, real estate agents, boom, 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 corner store owners, they're failing in the aspect of lita'arafu. One of the beautiful concepts of the congregational salah, of the Jama'ah salah, one of the most beautiful aspects of that, one of the most beautiful barakat of that is the fact that we stand shoulder to shoulder to each other. I don't know if this guy is an heir to OPEC or not. We both shoulder to shoulder, not foot to foot. Y'all know I got a buck, man. We shoulder to shoulder, and we both are all of us are making sajda to one Allah. To Allah, the one. We equal. The only thing that's one of the beauties in Jama'ah Salah. All of humanity bows down. This is what made me become a Muslim. These things. Everybody. It was the fact that there is no racism in Islam that made me want to be a Muslim. When I saw pictures, when I was in a prison cell and I saw pictures and video clips of these swaths of people, hundreds of thousands of people, all on one accord, all on the same page, all bowing down. Everybody, they're not different or none of that. Everybody making such the faces in the dirt for Allah Azza wa Jalla. That is magnanimous to me. In general, it is. But we have a superiority complex in our community. This is the reason why you see a lack of African American imams in these grand masajid. Yes, brothers and sisters, all you big organizations, all you big 501c3s, y'all are failing in this. We have so many brothers that have so much potential. I can't even settle into my potential. Wallahi, I could look at one page of the Quran when I was in a joint, when I didn't have no bills and this, that, or whatever, and all I had to do is sit around. I could look at one page and I could memorize that entire page in like a half an hour. Mashallah ta'ala, alhamdulillah. Soon as I get out here, I'm back in the rat race. I don't even have time to memorize. I don't have time to settle into my potential. Nor is my potential, and I'm using myself as an example because I don't want to throw nobody else out there, invested in. Here and there, yes. I'm not saying 100% there are no black faces inside of the Madaris. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we are grossly underrepresented. The amount of problems that we have in the African American community, our non-African American brothers and sisters should have been bound together and be like, hey, we gotta fix this thing, fi sabilillah, and they have the power to do so. Instead, we left dead. We left to die alone. Do y'all know the big 501c3s and the big organizations, the big charitable organizations, do y'all know what influence, if this is what you care about, it seems like it, wallahu alam, do you know the power that you could have? Do you know the power behind the black vote? We gave you several presidents. Y'all didn't like Trump, so y'all came to the black people. There I go saying the word black again. I'm sorry, y'all. Astaghfirullah. Make dua for your brother. Y'all came to the black people and said Trump has to go. He has to go. He's racist. He's racist. He's racist. Even though y'all been winning the whole time, y'all been building masajid and communities in every white suburb in America. After your training in the hood, then you go to the big white suburbs in America. You don't want to live with us. You don't want to do lita'arafu. You bring in value. We don't have the opportunity to have value or bring value. Y'all have the opportunity to gain value in this country. And then to come in our communities, the land is cheap and lita'arafu and get mutual benefit. Y'all not building with us. Y'all building for yourselves and then want our support. That's cool, but that's not fixing the problem. As soon as Trump set his eyes on the Arabs and the Pakistanis, when he did the travel ban on all of the Arab and Pakistani states, and he was like, terrorism is coming out of all these places, and they got families and cousins and everybody going back and forth, and they taking care of big business and the whole nine. Now here comes the call to the black man. We have to get rid of Trump. He's a racist. And black people, we're so kind and forgiving and loving people. We got rid of you, the guy you didn't want no more. We did that. The black bloc, the black vote. We did that. We were responsible for getting rid of this tyrant. But Allah Ta'ala forbid that we say or do anything for our own selves. We have been failed, and I'm trying not to be accusative. I'm reaching out. I've been having this on my chest probably since I came home from prison in 2016. When I'm reading all these books, the Hayatul Sahaba and all this stuff, and I'm looking at there's no racism. I had the Arab used to buy the slaves, the Arab Sahabi and Tabi'een used to buy the slaves and free the slaves, and then give them money, make them live in their houses. They treated the slaves so well. We slaves. I thought when I came home, they was going to take care of me. I thought I was going to be, hey, brother, listen, I have a store. Here, you can run the store. Boom. Here. Oh, you know when you get married? You're not married, brother? I know a good sister. How much Quran you know? Yeah, I know a good sister. None of this happened. The individuals that I was told by one of my Muslim brothers and sisters to not worry about, black folks at large, were the people that took care of me when I came home. And continuously. It was my immediate family who are not Muslims. They took care of me. The drug dealers and the gangbangers and all, they came together and gave me money and put clothes on my back. Now the Bilamin Dalik, not one Muslim, well, one good brother gave me one jalabiyah. And another brother gave me $20. But you want me to turn my back on these people, my tribe, because they don't say la ilaha illallah? Well, newsflash. You know why they don't say la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah? Because you way out there in Buckingham Palace somewhere. You have no presence in our community. Your presence is weak in our community. Because you don't care. You don't marry us. You don't do business with us. Nothing. You don't live with us. Nothing. But the moment one of the slaves decides, like myself, decides he don't want to be a slave no more, haram alayh habibi, this is asabiya. But you looking out for your people. Every single gas station that I see that's owned by the Arab or a Pakistani, even the hair stores, they go back home to their land, to their country, to their people, and they bring them here. They don't work with us. They make us work for them, but owning it, running it, sharing in any of that kind of wealth, it stays in the hands of those people. We have a severe superiority complex in our ummah. Yes, you should take care of your family. Of course. Absolutely. But I'm going to take care of mine too. And when I do, and when we do, you can't have nothing to say about it. I've been having this on my chest for a long time. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbid we ask about one of their women. Our African Americans, I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna let y'all know the Arab brothers and the Pakistani brothers and all of the other people who are not African American. I'm gonna let y'all know how we talk behind doors. We feel like we can't even look at them. Well, we shouldn't look at them, but you know what I'm saying. We can't even look that direction. You bet not. If we were doing lita arafu, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you would be getting so much barakah for that sister or that brother marrying this African American slave. And they make a deal with the African American slave, like what happened with Musa alayhi salam when he got married. I forgot the names. But when he got married, when he's out in the desert, he worked for the sheikh. He worked for his wife's father. I ain't gonna give you no handouts, but you're gonna earn your way. All we need is an opportunity. You have an opportunity to bind together and stop the oppression being done. Because, like y'all said, oh, there are Muslims in Ukraine. Well, newsflash, there are Muslims in the African American community too. So you could bind together and you can make Twitter posts and say, "May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be with the African Americans. May Allah ta'ala have mercy on the African Americans." And you would be defeating a oppressive regime. How would you look on the day of Qiyamah? You got the corner store business. Your daughter caught the eye of a good brother. You go to the imam. Hey, what is this, brother? I see that my daughter. I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep her away from it. What's up with the brother? Oh, he's a good brother, man. He memorize Quran. He come to the classes. Hey, he don't have much money, but okay, go tell him. I'll give him a job here at the store. I'll give him the job. Then he'll be able to make enough money for the mahar, and he'll be able to make enough money to sustain her maintenance. Is that not lita arafu? That ain't being done, which means we're being failed. Us standing shoulder to shoulder, it has become ritual now. It's ritualistic now. We go to the masjid. Hey, assalamu alaikum, brother. How you doing? Alhamdulillah. Oh, how's the family? Alhamdulillah. And you go to the north, I go to the south. Even if our non-African American brothers and sisters built communities here and made it easy for us to get out of the quote unquote bad neighborhoods and communities that we live in, and y'all have the ability to do so, that we live in. Don't you know how many people I would be able to bring with me? We're not doing nothing for the African Americans. So how in the world can we bring them to Islam? And you want me to turn my back on people who are not Muslim? I don't have anything to give them for them to even be Muslim. You can't talk. Umar, your Sahaba, he said, he said you cannot talk to a hungry man about Allah. So what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Correct me if I'm wrong. If this utopia exists, I'll pack up and I'll move there. Unless it's way up north. I'm going south from here on out. I'm tired of this cold. So it is sunnah, my brothers and sisters, for us to right the wrongs in whatever locale that you live in. Whatever locale that you live in, whatever socioeconomic demographic that you belong to, it is your job to enjoin the good and forbid the wrong. It is your job to teach your family, and your job to play your part in the community to make the community a safe place to practice Islam. Before I get out of here, what I want to say is y'all are our big hats who are jumping on this whole Ukraine wave. Big hats, y'all are losing the battle with the people who actually matter. The Ukrainians, politically speaking, the Ukrainians don't hold any kind of, they don't hold no type of, you ain't gonna get no little out of them. Not even the Muslims. You get some barakah. But I'm telling you, that black bloc, that black vote, the churches control that. Why? Because it's a church on every corner in every black neighborhood. A few of them. And they handing out, at least they handing out chicken every single day. A lot of people get the chicken and throw it on the ground, but they know that that church is there. A lot of those people who live in those communities don't even go to those churches, but they identify as Christian. How would you look, big organizations? Big 501c3s, how would you look if these churches were masajid? And it seems like they love power. You would have all the power. You already got brothers like me that's boots on the ground, on the block, giving dawah on the block and giving dawah to the killers. Imagine if I had an establishment that I can bring them to. Imagine if I had access to resources that I can provide them with to get them to stop doing what they're doing. You want to frown, oh yeah, no, don't. Those people, I will lie to Allah and heard them say it. Those people, they don't want anything. All they want to do is kill each other and sell drugs to each other. Wallahi, it has been said in front of these two eyes. If you want that to stop, what are you doing about it to make it stop? Next to nothing. So when guys like me step up and we say, hey, black this, black that, stand down, soldier. Let me get to some of these comments, inshallah ta'ala. Hey, salam alaikum, tilaka hayatu shab. He said, I feel what you're saying. When I was studying in Cairo, I went through so much hate against black people from the Arabs. Wow. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Darius Ducray. I think I said that right. Darius Ducray. Wa alaikum salam rahmatullah. He said, speak on it. Darius said, don't forget the Sambo Negro Muslims who tap dance around but don't speak on the races within the ranks of many Muslim communities. You just said it. Malik Muhammad said, Allahu Akbar. Those were the exact thoughts of Muhammad Ali, rahimahumullah. Yeah, and they all love him. They went to Muhammad Ali's funeral. Muhammad Ali, and I'm from the madhab of Malcolm X. Most of y'all, if y'all really studied Malcolm X, y'all call me racist. I have been called racist. Well, you would absolutely positively cast Malcolm X out of Islam. I'm talking about pre and post. And we can take out of the shirk. We can take that out. Pre and post political Malcolm X all day. I'm on his madhab. Don't forget Bush. Leave no one behind. That affected and targeted the education of our black youths. Actually, yeah, it was actually called No Child Left Behind. And you are right. You know your stuff. So much funding went to schools. It was supposed to look like it was to help black people. And so much funding got dumped into the school system, but somehow it got lost. And it went, therefore, again, to the white school systems as opposed to the black school systems. And they catapulted even further than they were away from us. Abu Zahra, what's up, youngin? Said this Arab asked me the other day why I had so many tattoos. He said, you can't love Allah. See, this is stuff I'm talking about. You can't love Allah that much with all these tattoos. I said, okay, how much Quran do you know? He said, a Fatiha and 3 surahs. I told him that he should check his own disposition. Yes, because Abu Zahra knows more than that. So he telling you about how many tattoos you got, and he can't. And he don't have as many surah that you memorize, and you got more tattoos. I got tattoos, and he didn't even memorize more Quran than you did. SubhanAllah. Darius Ducray said, I've gotten that too. And then when I tell them I'm a revert and to show me the dalil to remove my tats, they shudder. They stutter. Yeah, you don't have to remove them. You can't get them, but you don't have to remove them. Malik Muhammad, she said, the Wahhabi scholars push that no racism in Islam. You're right. This is some of their ploy. You're absolutely right. On the Wahhabi community and prevented them from protesting and speaking out against the George Floyd tragedy, and they ran with that. Subhanallah. Yeah, I did see some of that stuff too. I did see some of it too. And mind you, ain't none of them gonna get down from their come down from their oil wealth and come and help us and assist us. Actually, the one Muammar Gaddafi, rahmatullah alayhi, the one who was assisting us, they played a part in killing him. Na'udhu billah. Imam Khalil said, "Big Maliki, Big Maliki, Big Sunnah." And Imam Malik, who was an Arab, he loved black people. Why do you think there's so many Malikis in Africa? Why do you think that I'm a Maliki? Because Imam Malik loved the black people. They are the ones who preserved Imam Malik's madhab. The alim of Medina, the great Imam Malik, his madhab was preserved by the black people. Alhamdulillah. There is the credit said, at least we forget who's selling around in the corner stores in our black neighborhoods. Right. Malik Muhammad said, great example of the Prophet Sallallahu and his uncle Abu Talib. He never severed that relationship because he didn't say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. So much evidence for this in the Sunnah. Saleh, Alaikum salam. I think I'm on your time. I think I'm on your time, man. So according to Saleh, I'm on turkey time because I think I'm on his time. I'm on turkey time right now, man. Jomo, he said, where were the Muslims while we were being shipped from Africa to here in the West? SubhanAllah. Oh, there is the crowd. Okay, brother. Big Malik up in here. Alhamdulillah. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I had to get that out. Like, it was hurting me to keep that in. And I said I've been not saying nothing about this for a long time. So this has been a ma'ida that has been 5+ years in the making. And there's probably more to come if I don't get canceled by the morning. That all of the big 501c3s, they gonna get together. They gonna cancel me, man. I'm gonna do like some of the Wahhabi what you call them, trolls. I'm just gonna make another name and come back, and then we just keep playing that game. But I love y'all for the sake of Allah. If I say anything wrong, it does not belong to Allah. It does not belong to His messenger, nor the messenger Sahaba, or the beautiful religion of Islam, or any of our illustrious ulama. I love y'all all for the sake of Allah. I love all my Muslims, Arab, Pakistani, Serbian. We should all have some type of network where we are all connected and we are all sharing resources. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? Lita'arafu. We should all be sharing these resources and we would not have these problems. One thing y'all must remember, and I don't know the people who challenge me on my position, my political position. I don't know how much they know about history, but this is colonization. We are all these different nations and stuff because of colonization. At times before, the whole Muslim Ummah was one. It's not like that now, nor are we doing much to make it like that now. Ibn Battuta, rahimahumullah, he said something along the lines of, when he used to travel, his passport was La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Can we get back to those days, please? I love y'all for the sake of Allah. I'm gone. Aqulu qala hadha wa astaghfirullah wa la ilaha illallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.